You're not gonna believe this. Just when you thought KeyBank couldn't do anything else to make me happy as a customer, I get this email. Let's go. Before we dive in, make sure you watch to the end, because if you have an offer like this that comes up in the future and you have other debts that you're paying off, I'm going to show you how to efficiently maximize when to take the offer so you can get even more money. I'm Afro Senpai, and I hope to make everybody feel comfortable and confident about investing on their own by documenting my own wealth building journey and becoming a millionaire. If you've seen the KeyBank video, you know that they're giving me a juiciness after juiciness. If you saw the debt avalanche video, you know that I'm over $150,000 in debt because I'm buying assets with that money. So we have a couple of loans that are very high interest because the rates were bad at the time I got them. But who comes to my rescue yet again but KeyBank? Pay off high interest debt with 0%. If we read the fine print, all I have to do is give them 5.99%, and I'm gonna get 0% APR for a whole year. You might be saying 5.9%, that's a pretty penny. Let's run the numbers, folks, because we don't do stuff unless we run the numbers. My limit on the credit card that they're offering me this for is about $9,500. So I'm going to request $8,500. 8,500 times 0.009. So I pay a little over $500. So a total of $9,000 will be on my credit card at 0% interest. So let's say I'm normally paying $100 in interest. In 5 months, this deal has paid for itself. So I'm going to do this all day. I'm going to send the money to BECU because I have a personal line of credit with them. So I'm going to eliminate some of the balance and then take more money out to pay off part of my Best Egg. And you may be asking, well, why don't you just send the money to Best Egg and get it over with? Because I want to use some of the money to buy some other things. Now, while this is loading in the background, I want to talk to you about why it's important to have relationships with banks. I dropped a video that I shot a long time ago about how banks are scamming you. So don't let your relationship with a bank be one way. What I mean by that is don't just put your money into their savings account where they pay you pennies on the dollar and then you get loans from them and you're giving them interest, yada, yada, yada. Have different products with them so that you can build your own wealth. Personal lines of credit. Have access to money when you need it to buy assets when they're super cheap. Have credit cards that have perks for you so you can travel or get cash back. And then something that I've been doing with KeyBank because it's been working is I pay off my credit card before these offers expire. So I'm not paying any interest and then I stop using it. What happens when I stop using it? They get lonely and then they call me and say, hey, please, we'll give you some more money. Just please come back to us. Hoping that I'm not going to be able to pay off my debts in time and I have to pay them at my regular rates. But I'm like, that's not how it works. My job as a wealth builder is to pay zero as much as possible. But in that process, blow up my money. I need to get a new laptop. If you haven't noticed, this is ridiculous. I'm using KeyBank to pay off my BECU personal line of credit. And normally I give $300 at the beginning of the month to BECU to make a payment on this PLOC. But notice the due date. The due date for payment on this PLOC is the 15th. When KeyBank sends BECU the money, it counts as a payment. So what I'm doing, since I've already made the payment for October, I'm waiting till after the 15th. I'm going to do the balance transfer. KeyBank will pay BECU. CU will think that I've made a payment. And now at the beginning of November, I won't have to make the payment because KeyBank has already done it for me. That's an extra $300 that can go towards eliminating debt somewhere else. And here's an extra gem. When I was trying to do this balance transfer the first time, it wasn't working for me. So I talked to KeyBank and they couldn't find the specific offer that they sent me. So I was thinking that I had to find a different route. And then I got an email saying, hey, you could do balance transfers for 0%. And I'm like, bruh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I opened up a different credit card, and unfortunately it's only a $3,000 limit, but I'm gonna transfer about $2,750 from BECU to this credit card, which means at the beginning of December, I'm not going to have to make another $300 payment because BECU will see that my credit card is picking up the tab for that month. And now I have an extra $300 to do whatever I want with. So both KeyBank and my new credit card will take away over $10,000 from BECU and pay it towards my higher interest personal loan at Best Egg. The beauty of that play is banks make the most money at the beginning of the loan, which I opened a few months ago. So if I take away $10,000 right off the jump, moving forward, more of my monthly payments will go towards the principal as opposed to the interest. I made an amortization table for all of my loans. So my goal is to get my Best Egg loan down to around $22K and my Unify loan down to around $17K. Again, because each payment after those balances, the principal is outweighing the interest. And at that point, I'm taking advantage of these banks. So I was feeling pretty frustrated with the fact that I've tried 2 different accounts and it's not working. But then I think about all the other times that I've had a wealth building idea. Every single time I try something new and crazy, there's a couple of different minor setbacks that I have to get through, and then the payoff is worth it. In life, there's gonna be times where you're gonna try something new to get ahead, and life is gonna be like, who does this person think they are? And it's gonna throw something in your way to try to mess you up. The more you fight through those situations, life says, all right, this person is clearly not gonna give up. Let's move on to somebody else. So because my plans weren't going 100% according to plan, I knew that I was on the right track. When life closes the door in your face, you jump through a window. Find a new way to get what you want. And my window of opportunity came with the fact that I got that new Citi card that I was talking about, because my KeyBank credit card is a MasterCard and that new Citi card is a MasterCard. So I tried to see if KeyBank could take the money from Citi, and here's what happened. Let's go. So because the new Citi card that I got can take from my BECU personal line of credit, I'm gonna have Citi take from BECU, and then I'll use my KeyBank to take from the Citibank. And because I have a $9,500 limit on the Key card, and I have a $3,000 limit on the Citi card, minus about $2,000 for the stuff that I wanna buy that doesn't relate to debt, I'm gonna have an extra $10,000 to send to Best Egg, in addition to the extra dividend money that I received from Misty stock and the additional money that I made on the margin trades after selling the Mist X stocks. So with all the stuff that I'm combining together, I should have over $15,000 to send to Best Egg. When my initial attempts weren't going through, I got onto the chat with KeyBank and they were giving me some roundabout answers about why it's not working. So they didn't help. Maybe they disclose this in the fine print that not all accounts are going to be compatible, but it would be nice if they put that in the promotional language. So if you're trying to do this yourself, don't get discouraged that the transfer doesn't happen the first time around. Try it on a different card until you find some success. Once again, folks, this is not a game of checkers, it's a game of chess. Use the banks before they use you. If you found value in this video, please pay that like tax, Share this with somebody who maybe has a loan and trying to transfer some of their money to a lower interest account. Comment below if you have any questions. Maybe you're doing this and something's not working for you. Maybe I can help. And until the next one, remember to smile because you are beautiful. Peace.